Ah, what a lovely evening. The seas are becalmed. Is there a better time to row out to sea? And why, the water looks so delightful. And maybe I'll just go for a quick dip. After all, what's the worst that could possibly happen? Ah, how quickly weather turns. The waves are getting bigger. I can't see the boat. Devil, it's so dark underwater. I can't make out where I'm going. And that nightmarish scene comes courtesy of today's Mod of the Day. For today, we're featuring Wonders of Water by Knock Cascade. I guess you could call it a graphical improvement for the Seas of Morrowind, changing the way water behaves during certain weather conditions. In particular, water will now react to the weather, so when the skies are clear, the water is calm. When it's raining, the waves can get a bit high, and when there's a storm, the waves can get very choppy indeed, adding an immersive and atmospheric element to Morrowind seas, instead of just a static environment that never changes. And not only that, but this also impacts underwater visibility. For now, the further down you dive, the harder it will be to see, with the water getting darker and darker the further down you go. And this is also impacted by the weather. So on a bright sunny day, you'll be able to see further at a greater depth than you would on a stormy or overcast day when sunlight can't pierce the waves nearly as far. And for vampires, this actually has a gameplay effect, for you can now use the dark depths of the sea to protect yourself from the sun's harmful rays when you're just out during the day. The further down you are, the less sun damage you'll take. But where this can get especially terrifying is in underwater caverns and grottos. For in these environments, the water can get very dark very fast, increasing your risk of getting lost and drowning in these extremely dangerous environments. In fact, we've previously showcased this exact feature in our Mod of the Day videos for Respite and Hostile Waters, and more recently in Of Merc and Muscles. Now, other than this one gameplay element, this is mostly a graphics mod. These weather condition-based changes to the Seas of Morrowind are a minor, but extremely immersive, pun intended, visual element to the game world of Morrowind. One that complements seafaring mods just especially well. And, of course, since this is a MWC mod, there is a mod config menu, where you can turn on or off just any of the features here, as well as individual settings for each weather condition. So, if you want gigantic waves on a clear day, you can do that. It might look a bit odd, but you've got the freedom to adjust this to your heart's desire. But anyway, this really isn't a big mod, but it does have just a really cool impact on the once stationary waters of Morrowind. And it's another fantastic mod by the coding wizard Knock Cascade. There's really just nothing else quite like this out there for Morrowind. That's just a Mod of the Day though, so as always, I've been your host, our Golf Guy. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.